Can you talk about what meditation has provided you in terms of mental clarity and focus? And I know it's changed your life from what you shared. So if you can just kind of run through meditation in the life of Danny Miranda.
For sure. And it's so funny because I was actually just on the phone with my buddy in the last week, and I was having that same conversation that Chase was having with you. I was
Yeah.
having with my buddy, like, listen, this is something that I do. This is something that's benefited me, and this is why I do it. And what I told him basically was that I do it because it allows me to become aware of my thoughts. It allows me to be able to have that time for myself where I'm going to the therapist, where there is things going on in my brain. And everyone has this, right? Like the things that are in the back of your brain that you don't pay any attention to, whether that be situations where people wronged you or you wronged someone, or situations that you haven't identified in a long time. But once you do, you become free from it. It's that the power of meditation holds. And it's like one of those key habits. I could talk on and on about it all day because it just, once you become aware, that's it. The game's over. You start having fun. You start, like, you realize, oh my God, if I'm aware of my thoughts, that means that I can then change my thoughts. And once you can change your thoughts, then it's like, wow, you could go in any direction you want.
Can you can you talk about the first time that you meditated? I think that's a pretty funny story, and like how you started. Can you talk about like how you started meditating and then how your practice has progressed to now?
Yeah. So the story that I love to tell, because it really encapsulates the importance of meditation, is I was meditating for 3 months straight for 20 minutes in the morning. And when I say meditating, what I'm doing is literally just sitting there, focusing on the breath or focusing on nothing, and just eyes closed, trying to get to that place of nothingness or the breath. And when it changes, when the thoughts come, and the thoughts will come, to not be mad at myself or beat myself up, but just direct my thoughts back to the breath with loving kindness and just respect for myself. And so that's the practice that I'm doing. And I was doing that for 20 minutes a day for 3 months straight in San Diego. I come back to New York and I start driving a car for the first time. Wasn't driving in San Diego, didn't have a car. And I sit at a red light and I notice my entire body become agitated. I noticed, like, oh my God, I'm freaking out. Like, why isn't this light green? Come on, let this light be green already. And then I was like, oh my God, this is crazy. Look at what is happening to my body right now. And I literally started to laugh because it was so crazy to me that my body was having this reaction, and it had been having that reaction every single time it was stopped at a red light or traffic. But now I can notice it. And that brought me so much joy, because it's just exactly what we were talking about, that once you notice your thoughts, you can then change them. But the practice that I'm doing now is currently a 60-minute meditation where I just sit with my thoughts. And dude, it sounded so intimidating to me, when I first started in May, and I was like, wow, 60 minutes. I can't do 60 minutes. That's crazy. But once you start, it's like you go deeper on yourself. You go deeper on issues. You uncover things, and it allows you to provide yourself with more joy, more energy in the moment, and just a greater expression of who you truly are, at least from my perspective.
I I love that progression, and yeah, 60 minutes is honestly, to me, 60 minutes straight sounds kind of daunting. But yeah, meditation is one of those weird things. Like it's almost like you need to find it yourself. Is there somebody that first kind of got you into meditation?
Yeah, it was Tej. And you're
Okay.
absolutely right about that, with the sense that someone else needs to draw you into, like, you need to get it yourself and you need to figure it out yourself. And it's the same way as working out. I always make that comparison. If I sit someone down and I say, hey, work out for 4 times a week and this is what you need to do, people are going to be like, what are you doing?
Yeah.
I'm not going to do that. So you need to, it's one of those things where, like reading, like meditating, it's all the same. It's like, if you find it yourself and you think yourself like, oh, this is something I need to do, this is a great idea, then you will start to do it. And someone can serve as an example. Like, if someone's listening to this and is like, wow, this dude is full of energy, like this dude is crazy, like what's going on? And then that forces them to dig deeper, then that is a good strategy. Just living your life as an example of what you think others should do, and let them decide.